Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillah bil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asrofil anbiya wal mursalin wal alihi wasahbihim ajmain. Amma ba'd. Okay, alhamdulillah. Today here is our first meeting. Finally, guys, you made it for the new semester, new fifth semester, yeah.
Yay!
Now you are no longer freshman, yeah. You are no longer junior from English department, but now you are senior, yeah. So hopefully you guys will have behavior. You will act. You will try to express yourself as the senior, yeah, as a proud senior. And then today, our first meeting here, the subject we have is language testing, yeah. And then for language testing itself, this subject here, I'll try to describe it to all of you guys. What kind of details that you are going to learn for language testing, yeah. And then what kind of assignment, what kind of tasks that you have to fulfill for this subject. And then as like the previous classes, before I'm going to explain this overview of the subject, I'd like to ask all of you here about your prior comprehension about language and then about testing. I'm going to start with Sultan first. Sultan Charaka, come on. What is it?
Why always me?
Sultan? Yeah, because you are the first here on my screen, yeah? What is language and then what is testing? Come on.
What is language and what is testing?
Yep.
In my comprehension, language is a tool for people to communicate with each other, or yes, language is that, and testing is when you want to know how far people is understand about something.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe
Thank you,
that's it.
Raka. Next, Bella Viranti. Bella, it seems like what is it? Wow. Bella, come on. Bella, it's your turn, please. Bella, what happened with your connection?
What happened with Bella connection?
Bella? Okay, thank you. Let's skip her then. Next, RH Diandra Takia. Taki, come on. Language. And then
language is the best tool of communication. And if you compare with other tools of communication like gestures or other, it would be better if you use language. And then test is a tool that used by the teachers to know the success of the student in understanding the material that given by the teachers.
Okay, thank you. Next one, Dinda. Dinda, come with your opinion, please. Language and then testing. Dinda?
I've got...
Wow, it is the same, I guess.
Hello? Can you hear me, sir?
Okay, come on. Try to talk, please. Come on.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, come on. Try to talk, please.
Okay, language is a tool that we use when we communicate, either in spoken or written. And test is when we want to know how far we understand the the material. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Next one, Zaki. Come on. This will be the last one. Zaki. Language and then testing. Please, Zaki. What is language according to Zaki? And then what
Language
is testing?
I think language is system communicational using people to other people, like for a symbol.
Okay, testing.
Testing. No, no, sir. I didn't can. I
Okay.
cannot.
Okay, thank you very much. And then now, I'll try to give you guys definition on my own. Yeah. So when I ask you guys to give the definition about language and then about testing, it should be about something that you already understand. For example, here, when we try to give the definition of language, language here, it is a common system that we use to, what is it? That we use to make connection with others. Yeah, that a simple kind of definition of language. Yeah, a common system that we use to build a connection with others. That the simple definition of language. Yeah. So when I ask you about your opinion, you don't have to take any random textbook definition about language or any random article about language and then about testing. Yeah. What I mean, what I'm ask you guys here to do is to make your own specific kind of definition based on your comprehension. I don't need the definition of
Okay.
textbook, article, and then any other resources. Yeah. And then now the second one, testing itself here. Testing is a process or is a tool that we use to measure the comprehension. Yeah. Testing also known as the instrument. Yeah, you guys already learned from the previous subject that we have. Test is one of several instruments that we can use to measure. Yeah, so the definition of test itself or testing, you can make it your own. You don't have to take it from a random textbook article or any other resources. Just make it your own so you can have your comprehensive understanding. And then now, after I gave you guys a definition of language and then also testing, now we come to the longer one. The previous one, I'm asking you guys language itself and then testing in different part. And then now, next question. So what is language testing? The first will give me the answer here will be Rafli. There we go. Rafli Rinaldi, come on. Thank you for joining, Cam. Rafli Rinaldi, language testing. One more time, before you're going to answer this question, try it on your own. Yeah, language testing is blah 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 blah. Okay, come on, roughly.
Language language testing. Hold on. It's like a to assess how further our development in language by the as you say, testing as a tool. Language testing is such a tool to measure or to assess how long or how further our language skills improve. I think that's all.
Okay, thank you. That's a good point, roughly. Next one, we have Nisrina. Come on, language testing. Nisrina, would you please give us your best smile? Okay, come on. Okay, try to answer the question. Come on, Nisrina.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yep. Come on.
In my opinion, language testing is probably a process to measure someone's language comprehension.
Okay, and
And
that's
that's
it.
all.
okay. Okay, thank you, Nisrina. Next answer, let's Okay, Apta Vania. Come on, Apta Vania. It's your turn.
Apta, go Apta.
Apta, come on. Apta. Okay, Apta, it's similar with Bella, I guess. The problem with internet connection. Apta, would you please try to talk? Apta?
Yeah. What is happening?
Okay, let's skip Apta then. Now let's go to Firda Afifa. Okay, it seems like she is ready to give us an answer. Come on, Firda Afifa. Language testing, according to Firda Afifa, please.
In my opinion, the language testing is the apa ya, Mister? The practice of evaluating.
Okay.
The practice of evaluating some kan language. The language is some method of communication, and then maybe the language testing is the practice of evaluating communication like that.
Okay, like that. That was your final answer. Thank you. And then I saw here we have Dias Galu. Wow, Dias Galu, you're joining this class. Okay, come on, Dias Galu, give us your opinion about language testing. Come on. Okay, your microphone, please, Dias. Hello. Dias. We still can't hear your voice, Dias. Okay, so you were talking but no voice at all. Would you please try to unmute your audio first?
OMG.
Dias? Okay, so you are not listening, I guess. Dias?
I think Diaz got some problem.
Audio.
Okay. Okay, let's keep her then. Yeah, let's go to the next one. We have another champ here, Ihsan Sanusi. How are you, Ihsan? I can see your face, Ihsan. How are you?
Hello, sir.
Okay, look at that. Okay, just wake up, I guess. Come on, Ihsan. Language testing, please. Ihsan?
Okay, language testing, in my opinion, is to assess or to measure someone's ability in language, especially in communicate. And in communicate. That's it, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you guys for giving the definition. Now the definition from me. Yeah, what we call by language testing, simply here, a systematic process that we do to measure language comprehension. That's what we call by language testing. Yeah. Hafiz, can you repeat it? What is it? Language testing, please, based on my explanation.
Based on your explanation, language testing is a systematic process that we do to measure people communication.
Really? I mentioned people communication?
I'm still write down your opinions, sir.
Okay,
that doesn't give me much time.
Okay, it is about language comprehension. Yeah, so it is not people communication. That's it, what we call by language testing. And then now let's go to the next one. Before we are going to conduct testing, assessing, and then measuring, first of all, we have to measure ourselves first. Now we come to the next question. What does it mean by measuring ourselves? This question will be goes to Nurlina Permata Fadila. Come on. What does it mean? Measuring ourselves first.
Can you repeat it?
What is it?
Can you repeat the question?
Okay. What does it mean by measuring ourselves? Come on.
Measuring.
Yeah.
What does it mean, Nurlina? Tell us the answer.
Okay, go on.
Measuring ourselves. Measuring is a tools. Oh my God. I don't know, sir.
Okay, thank you. Next one, we have Ainan Salsabila. How are you, Ainan?
How are you?
And
How are
then,
you?
what happened with your audio? Please try to talk. Come on, Ainan. Measuring ourselves. What does it mean by measuring ourselves?
Measuring, like we evaluate ourselves like that.
Okay, measuring ourselves according to Ainan here, evaluating ourselves. Thank you. Next one, Fika Alfariha. Fika, come on. Measuring ourselves. What does it mean by measuring ourselves? And then there we go. No coming around. Thank you. Pika, come on, Pika. Do you have the answer?
I'm so confused. Measuring ourselves is
Okay.
measure how far we good at something.
Okay, measuring how far we good at something. Thank you. Next one, Ochi. How are you, Ochi? Yeah. Come on, Ochi.
Sir.
What does it mean by measuring ourselves?
Measuring is the segment of the number to what is it? To the character, maybe just
Okay, thank you very much. And then last opinion from okay, Dias Galuh. The previous ones he cannot answer the question. Dias Galuh, come on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what does it mean by measuring yourself? Measuring ourselves. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, come on. Try to answer it, please. Measuring ourselves. What does it mean by measuring ourselves? And then freeze. Okay, thank you. It seems like an internet connection problem. Okay. Measuring ourselves here means we try to analyze. We try to diagnose ourselves. Yeah. So what kind of strength that we have? What kind of weaknesses that we have? Yeah. Measuring ourselves here, the aim of measuring ourselves so we can provide what kind of weakness, what kind of weakness that we have, and then we'll try to give the solution for our weakness. For example, here in language, there are 4 skills, and then our common strength, yeah, consists, for example, here speaking and listening, and then our weaknesses, writing and then reading. So the process of measurement that we do to ourselves here to provide ourselves more kind of practice, more kind of learning for writing and then reading. because writing and then reading are our weaknesses. And then maybe you guys also familiar with this common quote or hadith or from Al-Quran. If you know yourself, so you will understand your God. Have you ever heard about this one?
Nope.
Yes, I heard that.
Really? The
Nope.
more that you understand yourself, so you will find out about your God. You haven't listened about this one? It's
Mr.
not
An-
like roughly familiar with this quote, I guess, roughly?
From Mr. Ansor.
Okay,
The
from
first
Mr. Ansar. Okay, thank you. You still remember
Is
a
it?
lesson from Mr. Ansar. Yeah, the
I
myth.
never listened to Mr. Answer.
You know. Raka, please watch out because this one will be a forever kind of video in our YouTube channel. So if Mr. Answer
Oh
watches
my
this one,
God.
so he will mark you out. Yeah. Okay, so
Oh
the
no.
aim or the purpose of measuring ourselves, one more time here, to provide ourselves more practice or more training for our weaknesses. Yeah, that was the process of measuring ourselves. And then measuring ourselves also here, the aim to make us, easy in making the decision. What kind of the skill that you are going to conduct for your tests. For example, here, Nisrina, her strength here on speaking. So while conducting the thesis, you better conduct the thesis about speaking because that was your strength. Yeah, so you are going to conduct a research, you are going to write an article, paper based on what you're good at. Okay? So if you think here your weaknesses is listening, so you can do or you can conduct research on listening because that wasn't your strength. Yeah, it is clear now, guys. I hope this is clear. And then next one, talking about language testing, for this subject, you are going to learn also about numerical things, about number. Yeah, and then Nisrina is still really sleepy. You're where did you spend your last night, Nisrina? Okay, let's continue. Talking about language testing, we talk about number. We talk about numerical things. Yeah. And then I'm pretty sure here, majority of B class have got their score, A score for statistic. Yeah. I believe on that. Yeah, you guys got A score for the statistic. So when I mentioned for you guys, what does it mean by validity? What does it mean by reliability? How to measure mean, median, mothers? That will be easy for you guys, yeah? Because language testing deals with several kind of measurement, so you are going to do counting, yeah? You try to count the student score and then try to compare it. Yeah, there will be more additional information about this subject. And then also language testing subject here will provide you guys the knowledge how that you are going to choose the best or the most proper text that you are going to use for your tests. Why did you need to learn about language testing? Because you guys from English department, and then at the end of the semester, you have to conduct the tests. You have to choose 4 skills in language. It's up to you guys which one that you are going to choose. It will be speaking, listening, writing, or reading. and then you have to decide which one is the most proper text that you are going to use while making your thesis. Yeah, and then from the previous subject, educational research methodology, I'm pretty sure that you guys already decided what kind of research that you are going to conduct for your final thesis. Yeah, and then next one for this language testing subject. Language testing here since consists of 4 skills, so you have to choose different kind of tasks. Yeah, the proper task, performance task for speaking, yeah, and then also the proper task for listening, the proper task for writing, and then last one, reading. So we cannot use the same kind of task for each of the skills that we have. Yeah, and then in the end of this semester, after you guys already learn this language testing, at least you guys already found, yeah, 4 best or proper texts that you can use to support your research. And then the research here means for your final thesis. Okay, and then next one, language testing also deals with how that you can measure your student based on their score. Yeah, because it is language testing, so we have the component. The component, the first, it is the teacher. Yeah, the teacher, and then you're going to be the teacher, right? And then the second one, the learning material that you are going to convey to the student. And the next one is the student itself. Yeah, so teacher, learning material, and then last one, student. Yeah, that's what you have to consider while doing the language testing. Yeah. Okay, we have here 3 more minutes on my screen. Of this one, I'm gonna share again the new link for you guys for the Q&A session for this topic. And then I hope you guys will give me as many questions as you can. Yeah, and then because this only the overview of the subject, so I hope the question will be relevant with our topic today, the overview of the subject. So do not ask me about what type of testing that we are going to use. Yeah, type of test we are going to discuss it on next meeting on the other time. So not for today. Today here our discussion focus on the overview of the subject. What kind of the theme, what kind of the topic that you are going to learn for the whole semester. This subject, language testing. Yeah, and then for you guys information, if we have the regular kind of classroom activity, yeah, so we'll have what we call by evaluation. I'm gonna ask you one by one, but because this is the online kind of learning, I'm not gonna be able to do that one. And then I have less than a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna end this first session soon. After that one, you have to rejoin this meeting on new link. Yeah, and then last, I say Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you soon.
Waalaikumsalam.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, come on, Hafiz.
Yeah, so I got this definition about test from Douglas Brown that he said test is a method of measuring a person's ability, knowledge, or performance in a given domain. Okay, so I already scattered all of the important parts such as method measures individual's ability, performance, and what I do not understand is what is given domain here. I just paused my thinking over there.
Okay, thank
sir.
you very much. So, Hafiz question here based on the textbook that he read, yeah. And then the simple answer for that one, given domain, what does it mean by that one, Hafiz, is based on what kind of aspect that you are going to measure. That what does it mean by given domain? So what is it that you are going to measure? Yeah, what part? And then our case here in language, so you can separate that one into 4 skills. You are going to measure speaking, listening, or any part of the skill that you want to measure. And then I want you to please give me the question based on what we discussed, Hafiz.
Sir, okay. I'm sorry, I'm cutting. So this given domain here is some kind of, general test after the performance test, or is it the same or is it different?
Is it the same with, what is it, Hafiz? Is it the same
so
with?
Is it the same with a performance test or is it different?
Given domain, no, it's different. Yeah, performance test is the type of the test. Given domain here, a specific test to each of the skill that you want to measure. Yeah.
So it's not generalized.
No, so it's not the generalized one. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then now next, please, after Hafiz Agari. Okay, thank you, Hafiz. Okay, Rafli, come on, please give us a best question.
This is
Rafli.
I want to ask yourself. I want to ask you. I want to ask you. Maybe this is the out of topic, right? But it's relevant for our further thesis. How do we conduct the test amidst coronavirus?
Okay.
There are lots of prohibition.
Okay, thank you. This, and then what else?
That's a nice question.
All? Okay, thank you. This question, what I really want from you guys, it's mean you're thinking about the future, yeah? So the answer for that one, roughly, you can conduct a test using an online kind of test, yeah? For example, here, you chose Google Classroom, yeah? The most familiar one, I guess the most common one, yeah? Using Google Classroom, and then you try to give a random kind of question, yeah, for all of the students that you are going to make as your subject of the research or the research subject. And then after that one, they have to, for example, they have to answer around 20 questions, yeah. The example here, your research, it is about a survey research on their understanding about online learning. And then you try to provide a questionnaire using Google Classroom, and then make the question, you can deliver the question using Google Classroom, and then ask them to fill the questionnaire in an online kind of application. And then the result, you can make it also as your basic to do your testings, as your data, numerical data based on the questionnaire that you already deliver for them. Yeah, that's only the example. And then if you keep an update for this, for the YouTube channel that we have, English Department YouTube channel, maybe you can watch one of the video when I discuss about penelitian tindakan kelas, but it is in bahasa because it is for the teacher. I already mentioned the truth, when you try to conduct a research here, all this time we have what we call by misunderstanding, yeah? Misunderstanding here because we think the classroom, classroom only using a physical, only in a place, only in a building. That was the common misunderstanding from the teacher. And then I tell them, a classroom, the process of teaching, any setting that you can make consists of teacher run it, consists of learning material, and then consists of student. All the setting here, you can also call this is a class. Okay, so there's not only a physical kind of building that you can assume that was a classroom, but you can make a setting to make the new learning process or new teaching process, as long as consists of teacher, learning material, student, and then the aim of the learning process. This setting here, you can call this also a class. So you can conduct a research even with any kind of condition, even if you have the pandemic or without the pandemic. Okay, Rafli? I hope that will answer your question. Yeah? Okay, next one, please. Next one, after Rafli. And where is Bella? Yeah? She is the first to join this class, and then now we got no clue of her. Bella, where is Bella?
I
Yes,
think she
among
got...
us. This is among
Okay.
us. Second
Okay.
page.
Okay, because only two of you guys already gave me the question. Now for the rest of you, I'm gonna give you the question now. Let's go to Ochi Padmasari. Ochi Padmasari, we already discussed why that we have to learn language testing. Can you give us one reason why, please?
Because
Because
wait a minute, sir. Because of the language testing, that's important for make us some that or something like that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Something like that. Yeah? Like that, like that. That was like the title of the song. Huh? Okay.
Yes.
Next one, Firda Afifa. Firda Afifa. What is it that you're going to conduct for your thesis? Since we are discussing about language testing. Come on.
What's that? Other question?
Other question.
Okay, thank you. Next
You
one,
don't bargain.
Diaz. Diaz?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what happened with your internet connection? Huh?
I don't know, sir. I think it's a lot of participants. They use my Wi-Fi connection.
Okay, maybe you can cut them out first, yeah?
Okay.
Okay, Diaz.
Yeah.
Okay, what is it that you are going to choose for your thesis?
I don't understand, sir, because my laptop is freeze, so I don't understand.
Okay, you don't understand the question.
I don't understand at all.
Okay, that's okay. You can watch this video after this one because I'm going to upload it. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you,
Next
sir.
one, we'll go to Hanifah Anis. Hanifah Anis. Okay, Hanifah Anis, what is it that you got from our discussion today, please? Hanifah Anis.
I have no idea, sir.
Okay, thank you. So you have no idea? What do you mean by no idea?
I don't understand.
You don't understand any
about the topic.
Any about
About the
topic?
topic.
Really?
About the topic.
Our subject here now, it is language testing, my dear Hanifa. Yeah, and then we do language testing. We learn language testing here to prepare for your thesis, for your final thesis. What kind of the best test that you are going to use for your thesis? Can you get it, Hanifa Anis?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Next one, Anissa Prativi. What is it that you got from our discussion, please?
In
Hanifa?
my opinion,
Okay.
Anissa, sir.
Yeah, Anissa Prativi. Anissa Prativi.
In my opinion, language testing is important to measure our ability in language.
Okay, it's important. Thank you. Zaki, come on. Okay, no clue of him. And then next one, Fuzi Fauzia. Come on, Fuzi.
Yes, sir.
Come on. What is it that you learned from our today's meeting?
I don't understand, sir.
Oh my.
So, okay, after this one, I'm going to give you guys the conclusion then. Nisrina, what you got from our discussion today, please? Nisrina?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, it's clear. Please start talking.
Okay. What I got from this discussion is language testing is systematic process that we do to measure.
Do not repeat my
language comprehension.
explanation. Do not repeat it. Use your
Yeah,
own
that's
language.
what I got. That's what I got.
Use your own
What I got.
Chill.
Said it. So I got it.
Chill.
No. She had a
Use your
point.
own language. Come on.
But she
got
had
a
a point, sir. I think.
Okay,
Well,
come on, Nisrina.
that is
Yeah,
what
thank
she
you, Aka,
got.
for supporting me.
Okay. And then what else? What else, Nisrina?
That's all.
That's all. Okay, let's go to Raka then. Raka, please.
What?
Yeah, the same question.
The
What you
same
got?
question.
Yeah, from our.
What I got. Well, what I got from language testing is that we have to measure ourselves before we want to measure others, because we need to know what is our strength in language, because we need that to do our thesis. Maybe that's all.
Okay,
I
I hate repetition.
I think.
Okay, thank you very much, Raka. Next one we have Nida Nurusifa. Nida, come on. Nida?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, come on. What is it that you learned from our first meeting today?
I learned about for measure ourselves.
Okay. And then?
Yeah, and then and then
okay, and then
we
are the champion.
Raka, would you please stop it? Your friend here trying to
Raka
sorry.
give an answer.
Yeah, sorry.
Come on.
I don't know, sir.
Okay, thank you. Next one, Dia. Dia, please.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Language testing, I think language testing is important and it's two process for evaluating system and it can for measure our ability.
Okay, thank you. Ananda Fauzia. Come on, Ananda Fauzia. Ananda. Ananda, come
Yes,
on.
sir.
Okay, come on. What you got from this discussion, please?
Language testing is very important to improve our skill, like reading, writing.
Okay, and then?
Yeah. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to Lela, Nur Lela. Julela or Nur Lela? Come on.
Nurlela, Nurlela, Nurlela. Julela, sir, Julela.
Julela.
Sir.
Yeah. Julela. Come on, Julela. Julela. Come on, Julela. And she's not responding, yeah.
Audio, Lel. Microphone.
Mike.
Okay, come on. Come on.
Microphone pelunas utang.
Julia.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
In my opinion, language testing is important because it can measure our ability
Okay.
teaching language in the future. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Next one, Sri Kinanti Hairunisa. Sri Kinanti, please.
What I got from our learn today is language testing. Language testing is a practice to assess or measure a person's competence or performance.
Okay.
That's all, sir.
Thank you, Sri Kinanti. And then where is Nurlina, Sahroni, Dimas Alif, Sultan Alif?
I'm here.
Okay, would you please?
N-word.
Come on. Come on, Nurlina.
Language testing is the practice and study of evaluating an individual in using a particular language effectively.
Okay. And then?
Udah itu.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Dimas Alif, would you please?
N-word.
Turn your camera on, Dimas Alif. And then also with Sahroni. Sultan Alif, Ihsan, Hairunisa, Nisrina. Why did you keep on hiding? Okay, come on.
Ihsan Sanusi.
Come on, Ihsan Sanusi. Dimas Alif, Sultan Alif.
Yes, sir.
Okay, come on. Try to come with your understanding of our topic today. Come on.
Yeah, that I got from this meeting, I think language testing has many benefits because when we want to check something new that we want to learn, we know what is still less or gitulah pokoknya, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Nice.
Next one, Sahroni. Sahroni, please. Sahroni, come on, Ronnie. Come on, Ronnie. And then after Ronnie, please prepare Ines. Come on, Ronnie.
I think language testing is a systematic structure to do scoring, testing, and counting student, maybe.
Maybe.
That's it.
Okay, thank you. Next, Ines, please.
What I learned from this subject is a description of language testing and measuring ourselves. And the aim of measuring ourselves is to make us easy to making decisions and to provide ourselves more kind of practice, more training for our weakness.
Okay.
And also deals with how you can measure your students based their scores.
Okay, nice one. Thank you very much. That will be the last one, I guess, from Ines. She concludes all the thing, I guess, yeah. And then now let me give you guys the conclusion, yeah. So one more time, today here our topic, it is about the overview of the subject, language testing subject, yeah. This subject here will help you guys to choose the best or the most proper test that you guys can use to measure your students, yeah, because in the future you're going to be the professional linguist teacher. So it is not only the ability of giving the teaching for the student, but you have to be able in making the best test for your student. So you can give them the test, you can measure them, and then you can analyze which part from your learning material that you need to improve, and then which one is the successful one. Yeah, language testing also deals with assessing, measuring, yeah, teaching process, learning material, teachers, and then student. Yeah, all of the aspect in language testing, you have to make it into relevant kind of connection from the teacher, from learning material, from the students, and then also from what kind of test that you want to use while measuring your student. And for language testing also deals with number or numerical data, because when you try to conduct your tests, you will try to compare the result between after giving the treatment and then before giving the treatment on your research. That's why you need the test on it. And the next one, language testing also deals with 4 skills that we have in mastering language: speaking, listening, writing, reading, and then writing. Yeah, and each of the test type here, it will be different for test type. Yeah, so you can use the oral kind of test for those that the written tests. Yeah. And then last one, for language testing, we do language testing here to try to measure our comprehension about the language itself. Yeah. For example, the percentage of our ability in speaking, it's 90%, listening 90%, reading it is 70%, and then last one, maybe it's 50%. So we need to do more practice. We need to do more training on that 50%. Okay. That's all, I guess, for the conclusion of this overview of the subject. Yeah. Hopefully, guys, you will have your best learning experience for this semester. And then, alhamdulillah, we have around 28 participants. So there will be around 7 or 8 of your friends that will come to my black book. Yeah. And then after this one, I'm gonna end this session, but do not leave first, because we are going to talk of the record. Yeah. That's all for today, guys. Thanks for joining. And then hopefully for next meeting, we are going to have new topic for this language testing, starting with understanding language and then understanding type of the test. Yeah, that's all for today. Thanks for joining. And then the last, I say Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam.